Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Mechet for another episode on the Start From Scratch challenge. We're on episode 3 now and lovely morning on Mechet. We've just moved forward. Literally done a little bit of work since you were here. I finished off that contract. It's not collected yet. Let's collect it. That was the cultivation contract. It was dark when I finished, but we got it done. There was no point in leaving it. I did actually construct the road. Now, it's not finished. We need to put trees down this side of it on the left-hand side. I constructed the road all the way down. It'll wear in time when we get the trees up, and that'll look a bit better. It's wider than it needs to be. Now, I put the bridge down across. I think that bridge cost me 175 quid or something like that, which is grand. It'll get us over to that land. Is not going to be used for farmland. It's only going to be used for forestry. It's wider than it needs to be because I'm going to leave an entrance into the field here, leave a gap in the trees. We'll be transporting logs, trees, whatever along here. So I had a tendency to, when I'd done these in the past, to leave the road not wide enough and get stuck in trees and stuff like that. So I just said this time, no, make sure I leave enough of a gap. This area may change as we expand the farm. But first things first, we need to go into, I was in the right menu. Anything come up in the used sale market of any use? Cultivator, 160 horse, but that would actually work. Anything else? Not really. Set of mowers there, they're cheap enough. And they require 85 horsepower. Now that would be a good investment on this map. And manure spreader. Of course, give me loads of things now this morning when we need money for other stuff. Anyway, plan today. We're going to get a few trees, get them planted. I did check the count, 32 trees we cut down. So we have to put back at least 32. Where are we with forestry? I'm gone past it. No, I'm not. Here we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to lease that one. And then we need to go and get some along the river. I'm going to put, we need 40. I'm going to go put oak. Or will we go for something different? No, we'll go oak. Yeah, we'll go oak. Now, when we do the forestry work, we put in lodgepole pine or Scotch pine or something like that. That's easy to deal with. I drove over onto that island. It is very swampy, so I kind of had already made my mind up that we weren't going to use that for farmland because it would mean terraforming the map too much. We've plenty of other fields around we can use anyway. So there was no point in taking over the swampland and change it just for the sake of a field. We were lucky with the field we got. That could well have been a swampland as well. And I knew it wasn't because I had my eye on that plot for quite some time. I had thought about using that. Now, plan today as well. We get this done. We're going to do a few contracts. We'll have a look at that equipment. We might be able to get our field ploughed, but we need to do some contracts. We need some money. When we spend, we're going to need some money. It would be nice if we could get our field done. Even if we don't get it sown, it would be nice to get to the position where we can get it sown. Because literally, are these liftable? Yeah. No, I'm just thinking that loads. Yeah, it does. It all loads because I put it on. It's only going to fall off. What was I saying? Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get a crop in the ground and get the month's growth before we move forward. If we're putting a crop in, or we're putting alfalfa in, or we're putting something else in. I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of thinking alfalfa would be good because we need a combine harvester to get the seeds off it, which are very valuable. But then that leads up to the problem of moving forward. We need a trailer as well because we're not going to have a grain store or anything. But if we were to get alfalfa seeds in there, we wouldn't be looking at a huge amount if we got alfalfa in there. You might be looking at 1,200 litres or something like that. Now, I'm not putting any trees in front of the farm because we're going to extend out here eventually. I'm going to start along here. Just keep you in for the first lot anyway. Yeah. Just trying to concentrate. I'm trying to think whether I should lift it and then drop it myself. But it does space them an okay distance. I've done this before where I've done avenues with them. The hardest part was trying to line them up on both sides. So, depending on what's left, I'm going to do one or two on the other side. And depending on what's left, one hit down here and then we're going to lift it. Go on, that's it. I got do some up along beside the railway as well. Now there was 40 on this, so once we have 8 left, we've reached our target. I just want to kind of be really bold and go over across the bridge, put a few over there. Will it let me? Since I don't own the land. Now, we won't worry about that. We'll see when we have a few left at the end. If we have a few left at the end. Now I just do another one here. There we go. 19 gone in with 21 left. Yeah, I don't want to do where it's very narrow. Okay, drop down there. Do one there. Kind of gives us an avenue effect. These won't be getting cut down at any point unless we ditch the red tape mod. These should keep us far enough back from the river to spread fertiliser manure on our own piece of land. Just drop one. No, there we go. Now, I never took down the damaged tree. We'll leave it there. No. Don't put one in there. Not much room. One in there. Will it work? That will take me grass decoration out. There we go. That'll do. And the last one. So we've gotten, yeah, we've few left. And the only thing about putting these in up here is, will we be able to see the train when we're crossing the tracks? It doesn't matter. We haven't got hit yet. Stress that. Yet. Yeah, we're not going to be putting any of the other side of the river. There's another damaged tree down there. We didn't take it out either. 7 to go. So we'll have met our goal. And one more. Though I'll put beside him, we'll put this, a bit of space. Yeah, well, we'll drop it back here. And that's it. Okay, so we got 40 trees in. So we've countered our destruction. And that's all I wanted to do. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to start in our field first. I think we possibly should. So what I'll do is, I'm actually going to hang on to this planter just for a little bit. We won't get hit with any fees. So we'll hang on to it for a little bit. So what I'm going to do, going to lease a plough. Tell you what, first things first, let's just save this. I'm going to be rather boring when it comes to leasing the plough. I press the right button. And get to creating our own field. And then I think there is a couple of ploughing contracts there. We will participate in one of them. Keep going past. I keep looking at that spader and thinking, what can we use a spader for? Right, I've got to go one of these. What horsepower does that require? We'll go with that. We're going to lease that. No, we'll go with the one below. Okay. Because of our tractor requirements. Okay, let me get that. And gonna clog it up my yard with lease stuff. Now press the right button, drop it off. While I have you on this, before we go, let's have a look. There was ploughing contracts, but we moved forward, so they might be gone. There is a few. Okay, 27 is... Oh, 27, 26, the two of them beside each other. We'll take them. They're flat. They're on our old farm. And yeah, I got to go and do them first. So I'll get them out of the way. So we have a bit more money in the bank. And I'll bring you back in then when they're finished and we're starting to create our own field here. I'm on the second of the two fields. The other one was over there. Just up here. And what's your start farm on Mechet? So we're just going to get this, these two done. Didn't take too long. This is actually able to handle it. We're running at full speed, 11 kilometers an hour, so it's not too bad. I was a bit worried that maybe it wouldn't pull it if I put the extra 2 tines on it, but I think it probably would, or shanks, they're calling them. Yeah, we'll get these done. What are they worth anyway? Can't remember. They're worth 7,000. Okay, that's money in the bank, and we'll get down and get our own field formed first, and then of course we're going to have everything else to do as well. We're going to have to stone pick, and hopefully we can get to the point where that cultivator we got from the red tape mod, which I think we only have for this month. Let's check. I never even checked. Schemes activated by October. Yeah, goes back when we move forward to the next day. So we'll try and get the use of it today if we can. If we can get to the point where we can get seeds in the ground, well too, we'll use the seeder. Why not? Why wouldn't you? It's what it is. It's part of it. Missed tiny bits on the headlands, that's all. And the field is done. It was done long before I actually stopped. I just decided I wasn't going to leave stubble down the middle of the field. There was one and a bit of a row left, and we reached 99%, and it was done. Okay. So the game plan is, as I said, we have our field now prepared. We're going to try get this ploughed in the middle. Still haven't decided, are we doing 1 or 2 fields in it? What we'll do is we'll plough it all anyway, and then we can easily restore part of it as if we want to put a pasture down or a meadow down or anything like that. Whereas if we have the equipment gone back, we can't plough without leasing costs again. So I think it's just as well, we'll just plough it all up the first time. And I'm going to try and stick with the enclosures on the map rather than putting down enclosures. Sheep and goats, maybe. Goats, I would say, if we're going to put anything in. Cows. And that's going to be it. Okay, I'll get this done. And give you an update once we're finished. Okay, ploughing contracts are done. I've slowed the clock down a little bit so that we have a chance of getting this done. Now, what do we get? 7,328. That's alright. Yeah, we're going to get our own field done. Allow create fields. That should be it. Here we go. So we're just going to get our own field prepared and done. We need a stone picker then when that's done. It'll give us a cultivated state then, so maybe we can then use that seeder we have from the... I know this tractor a little bit underpowered, but I don't know how much it costs to upgrade the power on this tractor. I haven't even looked. I'd say it will pull it because the field is very flat. It'd be a different thing if we were going uphill. So anyway, just a quick heads up. This is my second time to do these headlands and do a recording. Game crashed. We were on the second headland. We were nearly finished. And it decided, okay, let's freeze. So I had to quit out. Of course, I lost that part. So it kind of feels like deja vu going around again. Anyway, we have our grass in that we put down when we put down our trees. So that kind of gives us a little bit of an outline. There will be bits and pieces will grow back. The other bits will grow back because they were field grass anyway, or meadow grass anyway. So they're going to come back. So it just kind of gives us a little bit of a line to work with while we're putting in the field. So I'm happy enough with that. Yeah, we can still get our winter crops in, our barley and our wheat in next month. So all's not lost. The only thing is we'd need to lease a seeder if that's the case, if we don't get to use the one we have. Start turning. Yeah, we're okay. Perfect. We're going to try and utilise the demo stuff and save a bit of money. We might as well. There's no point in not using it and then saying, oh well, we're going to have to fork out 2 or 3 grand for a seeder to get the seeds in here. I don't want to go right to the edge there because it dips down. It's quite severely at the edge. Same here. I'm going to just keep in a little bit from that and keep in a bit from the trees up ahead. Oh, I didn't put grass down around the other trees as well. So we just give ourselves a little bit of space. That grass will grow back the same as what's around them anyway. We're allowed to use a worker. I am kind of thinking, will I just pick one contract and throw a worker on it and leave them to go do it and make a little bit of money, because we're going to be spending money. There's nothing that says I can't do that. Just won't go excessive, if you know what I mean, and do 10 contracts in the one day using AI workers. It's okay if we're busy doing work on our farm like this and there is plenty of work there. Well, maybe then make it that, yeah, we're throwing an AI worker on it and gonna leave that bit there. That'll do. We'll eventually get rid of this. I'm going to clip the branch, I don't care. Almost. Oh! Don't swing it out. We don't want to go around. Have a nice straight line. Close enough. Yeah, having said that now, let's see. What could we send them on? See, we still have the baler for round baling. I was still hoping to do another, at least one round baling contract. That's still the square one, yeah. Like we could take a worker and throw him on a cultivation contract. Bring in a little bit of money now, granted. If we take that one into consideration, we're getting hit for nearly, 768 we're getting hit for fees. There's going to be the same again on top of that for worker fees. So I suppose from that point of view, it's not, you're not gaining a huge amount as if you were doing it yourself. So well, I'll have a think about it anyway. I've got to work away and get this done. We'll lease a stone picker. That's the only reason I'm kind of thinking maybe if I have time, I'll do a stone picking contract which will repay the cost of the leasing of the stone picker to do our own field. So kind of hoping that we can get the seeds in the ground. Now, I'm going to keep you in just for another little bit. We'll get down. We were turning the corner down the end here and the game froze, and I'm just hoping it was just something else. Sometimes you get something on the PC decides to do something in the background, and I have to say I probably had Farmer Simulator freeze all the times I'm playing on PC. Maybe that was probably the third time. It's a rare occurrence. Kind of very conscious of what's running in the background or what has permissions to do stuff in the background, because it can be a nuisance. Right, we were just turning the corner down here and all of a sudden it just froze. Let's see if we get around the corner this time. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. We made it past it. It froze exactly in that spot. So I'll work away on this. As I said, I slowed the clock down to give me some sort of a chance, because I'd done the first field at 5 times and the time just seemed to fly when I was doing the ploughing contracts. So I slowed it down for the second one, and then I just said, right, let's leave it. Give ourselves a chance of getting this at least. If we don't make it, we don't make it. If we do, well and good. It's not that we have to, like, it could go to one time if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I want the time to tick by anyway, so yeah. I'll talk to you when this is done and see what we're going to do. That actually went faster than I expected. I have one more run to do. Okay, clock's ticking down. I did put a worker on that contract. I decided, you know what, let's maybe get contracts done by 2 workers today. Might as well. We're busy on our own farm. We'll use them. We'll pay them. We'll take the hit. Now, there you go. That's our field done. Now, what I usually do, I'm debating whether to do it on this one, is I would normally then just use the GPS line to do the outside again, to kind of tidy it up. See the way it's a bit raggedy. What I usually do is then select the GPS line and just drive along it. Straightens it up. Get to the end, there you go. See, when you have multiple GPS lines, it makes it a little bit more awkward. It had actually shown, and there we go. And it just kind of tidies it around the outside. Ever so slightly. I'm going to bring this out because I wanted to jump onto that one. There we go. It'll take away a little bit more on the outside, but I don't mind. And this one should go all the way up. Now the only thing is it'll probably annoy me now. It'll probably get too close to the trees. Been having to think about what I said about putting alfalfa in, you know what, I'm not gonna do it on this line because I don't want it to go any closer to the trees. Maybe there, yeah, but not. Maybe we'll tidy it up from here down. Let's just get too close to the trees there. I had to think about putting alfalfa in here or putting grass in here now. The only thing that's kind of making me think is I'm probably going to be aiming to try and purchase some of these fields. And there is grass in this, and this is like 60,000. I don't really need it, if you know what I mean. Like, I mean, even the alfalfa field, that's 76. That's a little bit more expensive. This one here, there's our own field, like that was 129. This one here is cheaper, but that's only going to be a forestry plot. So we'll most likely put a crop in here. Probably going to put winter wheat in here. And yeah, hopefully by the time we need grass, if we do need grass for animals, we'll be in a position to buy. As I said, if we buy the meadow fields, there's going to be enough grass in it to feed them anyway. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll get a winter crop in here. We might as well make a bit of money out of it. Now, whether we can get the liming done beforehand, we'll see. We'll see. We'll try and do it. We'll try and do it to the highest possible standard if we can. I just got to lift that now. Don't want to go any closer to the river. I'm kind of happy enough with what we've done there. Decent sized field. So what are we going to do now? We're going to lease stone picker. And because there's not such a huge difference in price, I know this says 170 horsepower, but it'll still work. And I'm going to go up and collect that. I'm going to bring this plough back. We don't need it again, and we've done 2 contracts. Not going to do any more with this month anyway. I have the stone picking complete, so the field is ready, but I need to do soil sampling. I can't buy the soil sample on the field. It probably costs too much anyway. It just won't come up. I'll show you now. Just let me get down across the train tracks. What I've highlighted in the distance is a place to buy lime. I need to lease a spreader. Everything's leasing. The money's going down, down, down. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's collect that contract that's done. So we collect that. So it's gone back up a little bit. Now, here we go. Map. Precision farming. No option. An option to rename. Yay. I forgot I loaded that up. Will it fit? Riverside Farm? Yeah, it does. Kind of. Let's unfold this and see how much coverage we have on it. You know, I could have at least a bigger one, couldn't I? This is going to cost me a fortune. It's still bigger than your standard. Is it? Maybe not. Maybe I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, this is going to cost us a little bit of money, but look, it's realistic. It's cheaper than it would have been if we had that purchase soil information. Probably would have been about 5 or 6 grand. I hate missing bits. Yay. I know it's been realistic to do the circle, but wouldn't you wish you could do a square? We're going to have about 8. Oh. Maybe in May. I want to get the last little bit. Well, we'll just get this done, and then I'm going to lease a spreader. I'm actually thinking of leasing a manure lime spreader, and then going to the buy point down at the animal dealer, which isn't too far away, and getting the manure on the field after we get the lime done. Probably won't get full. Missed a bit, but we'll settle for that. Last bit. Hold it up. Send them off. And we'll see what we get here for price wise. Lift that up. Okay, I'm going to go and get a lime spreader so we can get some lime on this field. At least the manure spreader that does both lime and manure. Now, where do we buy it here? I know there's a couple of places you can buy lime. There's one down here. Is that it there? Oh. Oh, it comes in crate form. Oh, see, it's cheaper here too. Okay. Can I buy 5 pallets? I'm probably parked in the way. Not now. I buy 5. Okay. I thought it might have been a silo. So we're going to get a little bit of unrealistic loading here. We've no choice, we've no loader anyway. Okay, I'll get this loaded and back to the farm then. Okay, let's see how this works. Run the line. I have a sneaky feeling we're going to need to go back and fill up again. Working speed is fairly low. It's struggling to reach it actually. Yeah, there was a bulk buying station there. Now it was nearly full, and I had 500 litres space. So when I was driving past, I just clicked to fill it the rest of the way, and it actually cost me over 100 quid for 500 litres. Whereas I was getting 2,000 litres from the pallets for 135, so it doesn't pay to buy from the bulk station. So I reckon I'll have to go back and fill this anyway, so it's going to cost us a little bit more. Yeah, tractor definitely is struggling with the weight. 7 grand to upgrade another 20 horsepower. I think we'll hang on. We'll save our money, and maybe down the road we can get a tractor that'll have a loader on it. Ideally, what would I like on this farm? I'd like a Kubota. Was it the 7? Can't remember what letters in front of it. I'd like a Kubota. I've always wanted to have a farm with a Kubota tractor, primarily as the main tractor. So you have the 7 and the 8. Hold on, we'll jump in while we're on a long run. Is it Q7 or M7? Orange tractor. Should be easy to spot. Where are you hiding? There we go. M7. Like one of them. Now that I looked at it, will it come up in the second-hand market? I doubt it. Oh, we'll see. Oh, how many of those am I going to need? I don't care. If I can get 2 headlands, 3 headlands done in the one, I'll be happy. That'll say 3 loads, I'd say I need. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about is you won't be able to unload it from the spreader. All you can do is use the power tools to empty it completely and it's gone. So, look, it is what it is. I mean, I could have, but I don't think you can anyway. Usually can't when it's a manure spreader. If I had got the other one, the one I usually use, yeah, you can unload that. It'll load in pallet bags or pallets. I'm just going to follow the lines on this bit. I'm not even going to bother clicking on them because it'll miss bits. It's still missing bits on the outside. Now we can click on the line. 64%. Yeah, we should get the other 2 headlands done. So maybe we only need 1 more load. We'll see. Went back and got a second load. 810 it costs for the 6 pallets. So it's not bad. I'm just wondering, do we get hit for water contamination with lime on the red tape mod? It's only when I had it finished I was kind of thinking, I think lime falls in under that category too. Let's see. Red tape, water contamination. Oh. Okay, we're gonna get here. Okay. I don't know why I thought lime didn't fall in that category. And that was the only reason I wasn't running the red tape mod on the other Mechet save, is because there's so many watercourses on this map. They're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I may have a rethink about running it. I may try and conform. I wonder what we'll get hit for on that, because it's all along that river. Anyway, okay, we have 2,500 litres nearly left. I wasn't expecting that. I'm just going over here on the off chance that I can unload it. I know I can't. Nope. Right. What are we going to do here? That's throwing me now. Tell you what, we can't use it. But we're going to leave that there because we might use it for manure. So we'll just have to use the power tools to empty the trailer. That's all we can do. It's a shame. I'm going to get the spreader. I'm going to fill it with, we have one pallet of seed we bought in the discount market page, but it would have been cheaper to buy the pallet of seed down at the same place we bought the lime. Let me get this. I'm going to need another pallet of seed anyway, so we'll go with what we have. I'll get this on the field. I'll bring it back in. I bought 2 more crates of seed, went up to the same place I got the lime from. It's cheaper to buy the pallets there. At least we can unload the pallets if we have them left over. I reckon we wouldn't have had enough in the one anyway, so it was the right thing to do. Now, this has struggled a little on this, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's flat, so I don't know what the working speed is on it, but it'll be doing well if it reaches it. The spreader reached the working speed 16 kilometres there, maybe 3 times. Even though it was flat, it just struggled on it. It was under power. You can see we're trying to go faster. I'd say the working speed is probably about 12. It doesn't matter. We'll get it done. If it was a big hilly field now, I would be worried, but it's not. We're going to spread manure afterwards. Literally just, I'll keep away from the river. We've already done the damage anyway. We're already going to get fined, so I don't know whether it would fine us again a second time, but we'll find out. We'll let it run for now. If it's going to become a major issue on this map. Now, I know I did say it'd be nice if in the red tape mod you could actually turn that off and just go with the other bits and pieces, but I suppose you're either all in or you're not in at all. Now, there was an update to it, but I don't think that feature would have been added to it to allow you to select. There's certain things you can change, alright, like the amount of manure you can store in your farm is preset to 5,000 litres, which is very, very low. I know a lot of people get caught out with that at the start, but then when we tend to load these things up and don't spend that much time going looking at the settings. So pause here for a minute, and while we're doing that, let's just see, have they actually their settings? Red tape, no. Red tape, tax enabled, our transaction policy enabled, grants enabled, You know what, we're going to reduce that to 10, I don't care. We'll take a 10%. We're in an economically struggling area for farming, so to encourage farmers to stay working on the farm, the tax is 10%. Things I do. Anyway, I think we'll have plenty of seed. When you look at what we've used, we haven't used 100 litres yet. And yeah, we'll get through this quick enough. Go and do the manure. I'll start that, and then we need to roll it. I'm ambitiously hanging on to the stone picker so I can do a contract when I have this finished. So I'll see, do I get that far? That's it. We're nearly there. Winter barely in. And we didn't need to buy the seed, but you know what? We couldn't unload it. It would be worse, but we can, so it's not too bad. So I need to empty the manure spreader and go and get manure, do the field, and then we will, you know what, let's return that planter. I don't know why I held on to it, to be honest with you. The actual lease, too much stuff leased. I'm hanging on to the plough because we will use that. I thought we'd get to use the bale wrapper in this one, but no, we're not going to get a chance. Still, it would be worthwhile keeping if we had a contract next month for these, because there's twine in them and wrap in them and that, and even the cost of that, they're worth hanging on to. I'm going to back this in here, drop these off, they'll pop out the back. There we go, that'll do. And I will return that after. The red tape mod will take it back anyway. Kind of getting a bit untidy around the place, but that's because we're under time pressure. I'm slowed the clock down to 2 times. I'm determined to get this done. Now, it's unfortunate we're going to lose this, but there's nothing else we can do. Empty vehicle, there we go, it's gone. We'll go and get some manure. It's a shame you can't unload it, but it wasn't that expensive anyway. If it had been really expensive, they'd be a bit more worried. Now I need to go to the animal dealer, so I'm not going to keep you in for that journey because it'll take 5 minutes. €435 for a trailer full. I'm going to switch the lines down beside the river. Before we get there, we should be far enough in then when we move on to the other line. Oh, we're going to have to fill this quite a few times. Oh, it's flying out. Won't be like the lime. It's going to take a bit of time driving back and forth. Yeah, I don't know whether red tape mod we're going to use it or not. I really need to decide if that's what we're going to do. We'll see. There's so many water courses on this map. It's just unbelievable. They're everywhere. Like, I mean, the streams everywhere between nearly every single field. So we'll see. Okay, got the field manured. Final phase, 5 more loads. Another €2,175. I doubt I didn't even get out to check and see what it said about. It's still bad. Still needs to be fertilised. Oh God. It did not make sense to do that at all. It's a different thing if you have the product yourself and you have your cows and you have your... Oh. It took so long. Just back and forth, filling up. I had to go back. As I said 5 times, there was what was left in the trailer wasn't worth worrying about. There was so little left in it. And now it's not going to give me the other pattern, so I'm not going to know where I was. Normally it does change the pattern. Oh, right. It is changing slightly. We'll get rid of all the tire marks. Okay, right. That was frustrating now. I had to go back so many times. I did do along the river. decided, right, in for a penny, in for a pound with the water contamination. Let's get what we can out of the field. To be honest with you, I'm out time to look around the other fields, and I think we're going to skip the red tape mod. It's just not going to. It's not going to work on this map, and I did know that the last time. We're going to be staying back too far from the edges of our fields the whole time. I'm using it on plenty of other series anyway. I know how it works, and it just would have been, it would have been nice to use. I haven't decided 100% I'm taking it out, but I'd say I probably am going to remove it. But there you go. What a productive episode. We got our fill done. Didn't think I would. I've returned all the leased equipment bar the plough. I just decided there's no point in hanging on to it. I just sent it back because there's no point in having those charges. We're around the same place we started money-wise, but we did spend quite a bit of money on this episode with leasing equipment and materials to get this seed in the ground and everything else, the lime, the whole lot. So the field is done. Happy enough with that. Soil samples cost 1,500 quid as well. So yeah, we done a few contracts which got us a little bit of money in. We got our 2 ploughing contracts at the start, and then we put a worker on 1 cultivation contract. I think that was it. That's all we done. We just too much other work to do ourselves, and that was, I was kind of saying maybe I should have used the worker more on other contracts, but like that, I don't want it to be workers doing me 10 contracts for me. You know, there might as well just be a contracting business then and not a farmer. So we got through what we wanted. I'm going to finish off the rolling, get it done. Rollers leased as well, so we'll get it done and we'll send it back. I have to remember where I joined the line just so I get it done. There we go. That one. So that's it. Episode number 3 from Mechet, start from scratch in the bag. We have our first field fully sown with winter wheat. We've nothing to harvest this, but we've nothing else to do with it because it was ploughed. We don't need to spray it or anything. We have right up until next August to get the money together and lease a combine or whatever we need to do to actually get it done. And we will. We'll get there. But for now, from the Mechet, start from scratch series, episode number 3. That's it. And I'm just going to say goodbye to you now until the next time, and do come back and see how we get on. What's next on the cards? It will be contract work, naturally enough, because that's what we're heading for. But I think maybe we might push towards getting that small animal pasture. Should be okay on the line. I can show you where I'm in. Oh, we mostly loam. That's good. This one here. We can get that one. It's 25,000. We could buy it now, but you know what I mean. Put a few goats in it. Rather than dealing with the wool, we'll just deal with the milk and sell it to the dairy. Either way, we can do one or the other. But that's for next time. So for now, from the Mechet, all that's left for me to do is to say goodbye until the next time. Hit the like button on your way out, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and feel free to leave a comment. So until next time, it's bye-bye from me. Bye-bye.